Hello, good evening, practical HEMA people. We're going to go back to Fiore's First Master Dagger because of Colin from Arts of Mars. Colin, this is all your fault. Well done. Colin came across one of our videos about First Master Dagger and did a response video to it. Great stuff, really happy that people do this. If other people want to start doing this, it's great. Make videos, tell us we're wrong, tell everyone else they're wrong, but as I said, just be nice about it. Now, first thing I'd like to say is that for me, there's almost no right and wrong here. All these historical texts that we're interpreting, that's the main word, we're interpreting it. And these texts are not photographs and they're not absolute instructions, they're ideas. They give us ideas. So we've got our interpretation, which I take as our core idea, but it's not the only idea. Colin's core idea is not where I would start, but that doesn't invalidate it. I even made the point that there's one of our videos where we show that if we step back rather than step in, we basically do what Colin was actually saying. So it all comes down to context. Now, when these masters were teaching this stuff, it has to be flexible. It has to give you lots of options. It cannot be just one idea. That's going to be absolutely useless to you when someone's trying to brain you, put a dagger through your head, bite your ear off, whatever. It's a nasty situation. So, what I'm going to start with, Colin, is just to go over our interpretation again, because I think there was some misunderstandings there, and this happens a lot with video and stuff. Just so we can be clear where we're starting from. I said you start from somewhere else, and to be honest with you, at the end of the day, our ideas plus others, you'll all get there eventually, and they'll all be higher or lower on your priority depending on what it is you're trying to do. But they all come from the core central Fiore's First Master Dagger. So, okay, where we start from is what we're saying is that, firstly, the pictures and the instructions, they're not photographs, they're instructions, they're ideas. They're trying to convey an idea. They're not trying to say, you must end up at some point exactly like this. What they're saying is, you might do, and this is probably the most likely scenario. So we'll start there, and then it's up to you, us, as the investigators, to extrapolate out beyond it. Firstly, we're looking at what's going on. What's going on is somebody's got a big rounded dagger and they're going to come in. Now, whether I've got armour on or not, they're trying to put it in through my neck, might even be through my brain, I've got no helmet on, whatever. The point being, this isn't nice. They're not being funny about it. We haven't got time to be playing about. In our context, as I said, we can go off from this in a bit. But the context idea we're talking about is that, as Colin said, he's trying to take me out in one strike, one blow, quick, and he can move on. So I need to start from that same scenario. Now, I need to be more aggressive than him. He's been aggressive, he's not being nice. If I try to match him, he could be a lot better than me. Could be bigger, could be stronger, I haven't got a clue. So I need to be fast. I've already decided I'm not going to play nice. He's not playing nice, I'm not playing nice. I need this over quick. So, if we look at the pictures and the various texts you can see from various Fiore interpretations, it can look like that, it can look like that. The reason why we've gone with this, firstly, mainly, is because it gives me this whole part of the arm to stop him with. The bigger the surface area, the more chance I've got of catching him. Might catch him here, might catch him here, might catch him out there, might even be somewhere up here, close to my neck, but still got it. Point being, I've got a large margin of error where I've got at least a chance. Now remember, in all the stuff we're doing, in all martial arts, all you're doing is trying to move the odds in your favour. There are no guarantees in this. I could do this perfectly and still end up with a dagger sticking out the side of my head. There's no guarantees, we're just trying to play the odds. So odds are, he's coming in direct, he's coming in hard, he's going to try to take me out there. I'm going to use this part of my arm because it's a nice big margin of error to catch him with. That alone won't do anything because I haven't stopped him at all. My second priority, once I've stopped this, is I have to stop him. Now I cannot do that as a 1-2. If I stop that and do nothing about him, he will carry on. He isn't going to stop, he's not playing nice. And I'm not playing nice either. No matter where I am, if I don't do something to him at the same time, I'm decreasing my odds of being able to do whatever the hell it is I want to do. Remember, we're trying to get the odds back in our favour. So secondly, I want to make him weaker. I haven't stopped him yet, but I want to make this attack weaker. And as Fiore often does, he increases to the left is what he talks about. So as it comes in, I've already decided I'm going to take it and I'm going to go into him as well. In here, in this position, we're both reasonably strong. If he pushes in and I pushes in, it becomes pretty much a battle of muscles. But I've moved, yeah? As he moves in, if I go almost towards the attack, or at least off centre, I don't need to go towards him because he's already coming towards me. He will end up within my place. Let's not go there. So I know he's coming in. So what I'm going to do is move off centre as he comes in. Okay, now I've done two things. I've attacked this arm. I'm not being nice about it. I'm smashing into it. I've also extended these muscles. I've made them a lot weaker. I've put myself in a much stronger position. I'm off centre. I'm slightly away from this hand. We'll deal with that in a second. So now if he tries to push in, he can lean in and I can hold it all day because I've weakened these muscles. The only way, and all I did was follow what Fiore said, is I crease to the left. Now, it doesn't say it in this specific instruction, but he says it a lot, and it's a general rule of thumb. It's a rule of thumb in fighting, to be honest with you. If you're not sure where to go to the left. Next, what you showed Colin is, what you were doing is, you were stopping the dagger, whatever way you want to stop it, doesn't really matter, okay? Then you were hitting him. And you're right, if I do that, this definitely comes into play more. Remember, there's no guarantees here. If I do a 1, 2, he has time to react, he's not going to stop. So if I do that, and as I try and come in, yeah, all this is going to start happening then. And this is still a danger. So the point being, what we're saying is Fiore is giving you instructions, and he does mention a strike. And we're saying in the picture, this is up here because it's saying, don't forget, you must use this. Just stopping that dagger will not be enough because you haven't stopped him. If I want to do anything to him, as you went on Colin, you did some lovely arm locks, got round his arm round the back of the head and everything, all that stuff, you can do that if you need to, but you've got to give yourself a chance to do it. I need to do something to him to do it. So this is why, next, as we step off centre, we are striking him. It's at the same time. It's not 1, 2, it's 1. Sorry. You have to do it at the same time. And I've already decided I'm going to be aggressive because he is. So not being nice about it as it comes in. Sorry. Now, we've done a video on training this, trying this as an idea. And when we pad it up, we said to people, get the other person to come in harder and harder and faster. And you, as you block their dagger and move to the side, you strike in the chest where the padding is. And they have to try and carry on the attack. But this is the other thing as well, when you're investigating this stuff, you've got to understand, he's trying to kill me, he's not going to stop. So he's not going to give me the chance to do something else unless I create it for myself. And how I create it is I hit him. But I have to hit him at the same time. So it's a single time move as it comes in, this. Okay, now we've done a video where we've asked people to try it, we encourage you safely, but try it and realise that even a strike here jolts them for a second. What we were talking about it before, it basically puts a full stop to what they're doing. It might only be for half a second, even less, but it doesn't matter. It puts them at a full stop for a second. It doesn't put me at a full stop. I haven't stopped moving. We haven't gone anywhere yet. So that was the central core. For me to do anything else, for me to raise my odds, it's not just about stopping the attack with the dagger, stopping him. He's attacking me. He's using the dagger to attack me, but he is the one attacking me. I have to stop him. So as the attack comes in, it's this. I've weakened him. I've attacked there. Now, in reality, I've attacked here. It might not stop him, but it will at least jolt him for a second, which will then give me the chance to do the next bit. That gives me the chance to do it, and it stops him attacking. Now, instead, it might not work. He might get his hand up and stop me hitting the face. So I'm going for the face. If he gets hand in the way, okay, he's stopped me. But I've still jolted him. I've still stopped this attack, and then, as you said, Colin, there's options here. I can slip around the back. I can do loads of stuff, all this sort of stuff can come into play, and I haven't even got on to doing this yet. So this was the idea of looking at what Fiore's doing and thinking of the context it's being put in. Now, this is not the only context, this is the main context. We're thinking, okay, violent intent, the guy's trying to kill me, I need to stop him quick. So just to explain, that's where our first thought comes from, Colin. You're moving off centre, and the other reason why, if you come over here a second, as the attack comes in, if I don't move off centre, you are right. If I don't move off centre and I just stop him, he could bring his hands up. He can very easily come over the top of my arm. Even as I'm trying to grab on, he can, before I get the grab on, he can come in. There's all sorts of things because I've stayed on centre. But Fiore always tells you to step to the left. Silver does, loads of people do. The point being, if I step to the left, I've stopped the attack, I've weakened him, and this hand is now on the centre line. I don't need to worry about where it's going, it's just going straight out. Move around. This is basically where I'm ended up. I'm here. My head, my centre line's here. His is there. Where my arms are, I just strike out. So that was the theory behind it. It's dangerous, of course it is, but what he's doing is dangerous. So just to make sure you understand where we're coming from. It's not a photograph, it's an instruction. We're starting from a very dangerous context. The guy's trying to kill me, he's not gonna stop. I can't stop, and I haven't got time to start thinking about what I can do. I need to stop him, I need to stop him quickly, but the point being, I need to stop him, not just that. As that comes in, and then this there, and it's in, and I've smashed. And then I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. Because I've given myself a split second to do it. So that's where we're starting from. We'll follow in a second. Okay, we'll move on to now a bit more, something look a bit more like Colin's context as you were talking about. Just as a quick, to finish off what we did in the first section. The reason why we think the picture's like that is that, especially with simple drawings, if you draw this, everything gets in the way. You might not be able to see what's going on. So if I draw the picture like this, it's showing you where all the positions are. I said it's not a photograph, it's an instruction. That's harder to draw than that. So that's why we think the drawing's like this. Okay, and there's this, and there's the reason why we think a lot of them show this is because obviously once you've done it, you'll eventually end up by grabbing the hand. So that's where that bit comes from. So again, it's an instruction, it's not a photograph. So Colin's context was that he was stepping back a bit and he's creating space. We think that sort of context is absolutely valid. It's less of a violent, less of a live or die situation. I'm thinking more drunk guy in the pub. I'm thinking bodyguards. If you think even like a modern day bouncer, the instruction is to stop them but still keep them safe. You're not trying to kill them, you're not trying to destroy them, you're trying to stop what they're doing. In that context, I might not want to go smashing in and smashing heads and naming people and all that. I probably don't want to do that. So that's where, looking at your one colour, and where we have mentioned this in another video, that's where for me, same idea, different context. Context is, he's still attacking me, but he's a bit of a drunken idiot, or I'm not trying to kill him, I'm trying to stop him. So in that case, as he comes in, I can't step back. I'm still stepping slightly out. I'm still stopping him there. I'm still using the arm because it's stronger for this situation, because I can't absolutely guarantee where that's coming from. If it's coming straight down, a straight arm, as people call it skeletal structure, that works fine. But I can't guarantee it might be coming at this angle. And as I said, I want to have up my odds of stopping them. So that's we're there. So, but I've pulled back. Okay, now Fiore's instruction there, I haven't stopped him, so he's going to keep coming probably. But yeah, I can pull back. Oh, I'm smacking him down. I'm just telling him to stop. If he doesn't, I might throw him to the floor again. But I'm not trying to kill him. So as it comes in, okay. So in that context, yeah, that's where that comes in. This is what I meant by not wrong, just different depending where you start from. Now, Colin, because a lot of the drawings show the hand, what you did is pull back and you caught it there. The reason why we wouldn't start there, there's a few reasons. Firstly, my odds of catching goes from this to this. Now, yeah, as a human being, I'm used to grabbing things with the hand. So it's something I'm used to, but the margin are very small. Again, it's not wrong, it's just I think I'd like to increase my margin of error to get the odds back in my favour. So the first problem is, I think, that gives you too small margin of error. Secondly, if I get this slightly wrong, I'm going to be catching it with the thumb. If I catch a detail of the tackle with my thumb, odds are that's going to hurt. Could even, well, probably would break my thumb or at least dislocate it. The point being, my thumb can't stop his arm, definitely can't stop his body weight if he's really coming in heavy. Yeah, that probably could. But I've got to guarantee then I catch it in the palm. So again, this is not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying, for me, that wouldn't be the first go-to because it decreases my odds of a successful defense. But, of course you can use it. If that's what you're used to doing, or if that's what you want to do, I haven't got no problem with it. I'm just saying how we see it. The other problem is, if I also misjudge it, and I get a nice straight skeletal structure, the problem I'll come around here, I've got a nice straight line for him to come down and stab me with. As he comes in, stay there. Can you see? It's too straight. That stops him, that doesn't. So that's another, again, it's decreasing the odds. Again, it's one of these things, I'm not saying it's wrong because it isn't. I'm just saying for me, it decreases my odds of a successful outcome. The next one is, okay, everything's gone right, he's come in, I've caught it, I've got him. He's not going to stop. As I said, I've done nothing about him. And yet, I can do all this stuff. But at the same time, as I'm doing that, all he needs to do, and try this, is put his wrist down. And he's being nice about this. If he puts his wrist down and pulls, the pressure it puts on your wrist is unbelievable. It's horrible. It's going to cause damage and it hurts. And this is because I'm here. And I'm here. I'm taking this away from him. Even as I do that and try and pull, all he needs to do is that. And the pressure puts on my wrist is horrendous. Oh yeah, I'm being a bit silly. Okay, so as I do that, it still hurts. Again, try it. There's no guarantee you'll do that, of course. I'm just saying that's an imminent danger, which is, for me, is a problem as a go-to. That's all. Not wrong, just not a go-to for me. The next one is, again, yeah, as you're right, if he leans in and I lean in, then yeah, as you did, fine, okay? If he doesn't lean in so much, it's not. The structure's gone. Okay, probably my favourite, but not necessarily, because this now comes in here. I'm just saying, again, it's not that it's wrong, it's just that it decreases my odds of a successful outcome. The other one is, as long as his pressure's coming straight down, coming straight towards me, then yeah, absolutely, I can do this, and my skeletal structure will hold him. As soon as that force goes off centre, try and stop someone who's doing that. All he's gone is slightly off centre. And I'm going to try and stop him. And it hurts a lot, hurts me. And remember, when this attack comes in, it's not coming in nice and straight, it's coming at an angle. And we don't know what that angle is. And that angle will change. As I put force onto him, his force on me will change. I can't guarantee where that force is going to come from. And it will change. As I do something to him, he'll do something to me. For me, this, as long as the force is coming straight towards me, is fine. As soon as that force moves off the centre, I'm in trouble. Even if it goes out that way, which I think should be stronger, we're back to Fiore's counter. And there's nothing I can do about it. And because I'm back here, I've done nothing about him, so he can do that. Again, that goes back to, if I stop him, even for that full stop second, he can't do it. It gives me a chance to do something else. So this is why, as I said, this whole skeletal structure thing for me is, it'll work, it just, for me, has a less chance of working well. This is stronger. This is even stronger. And again, I've shown this in another video, and someone said, that's not how they attack. No, what we're showing is forces and where the force is coming from. Like I said, if I've got into our position, you can try and force in, you can try and force round, and all the time, you're in striking range. The last one, with this pulling back thing, and it's a danger pulling back, I said there's always odds something will go wrong, danger. I do that, I pull back. I even get this in, and I'm pulling him back. In reality, as long as he's compos mentis, I'm pulling him towards me. Even if I stay away from that, that's in range. He's not going to stop. So even if I do this, all I'm saying is, once you've got these ideas, you then need to take, okay, what's the context? The context is, he's trying to stab me, even if he's a drunken idiot in the pub, he's not going to stop unless I stop him. Ask any modern day bouncer or security guard, and they'll actually tell you, they don't stop. So for me, you've got to keep press test. I won't stop, he won't stop. So there's some of the ideas that when we watched your video that came to us just trying to explain. Hope I've explained it a little bit better. As I said, it doesn't invalidate anything Colin does or anything anyone else does. It's just, for me, it's about playing the odds and getting the odds back in your favour. Thank you very much. Just to finish off, I know just remember that obviously if you move on, the dagger players tend to move on from each other. Now there's first master and ninth play, which deals with the scenario that we just finished with. Colin's more like Colin's scenario than my initial one. And Fiore does actually address this. He says, if I get it wrong, even if I do this, okay? Point being, he can grab my hand. Even if I try and put the play on, and again, I'm going to try and get the play on, okay? Point being, let's slow it down again. You know, everything wonderfully perfect, and I'm even getting the play on as I'm going. He won't stop, he can grab my arm. Very easily, very quick. Because if we go back to what we're going to place or target, because of what I've done, no matter how far back I am, that is now a target for him. A very easy one, a very quick one. No matter what I do, even if I'm doing this. So it's another way, there's no guarantee he'll do that, of course. But even Fiore mentions that is very likely to happen if I don't do something about him.